I gotta tell you something right now, so get in your seat and now take a bow, cause we gotta go and start the flick off to the shelf to pick. Oh, we have a show to put on your screen. Trust me now, cause my work's pristine. It's time to critique a classic movie. Let's have some fun and make it groovy. It's movie criticisms of movies. Yeah, I said 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 it's... Hello everyone, Evan&AudreyS here, and welcome to this new episode of Movie Critisims. You know what kind of bugs me a little bit? When in a movie theater screening, when the movie looks like it won't look like this, instead it would look like this. Yeah, looks bad, doesn't it? Well, good thing it didn't end up that way. That's better. Anyway, in this episode, I will be reviewing, for the first time on the show, a DC movie, Black Adam. Black Adam is an all-new superhero movie. 5,000 years ago, the tyrannical king of Kahndaq, Ankh, created the crown of Sabak, which can give its wielder ultimate power. After years of his oppression, an enslaved boy gains the power of Shazam and starts a revolt against the evil Ankh. Eventually, the boy, now known as Teth Adam, grows up and confronts the king. However, after a quick struggle, Teth Adam ends up destroying the entire kingdom of Kahndaq. 50 centuries later, archaeologist Andrea Tomaz is searching for the crown of Sabak in order to try and put a permanent end to the regime that Ankh started. Soon, Teth Adam is suddenly revived after Tomaz summons him using a one-word spell. Now, the newly restored Black Adam, Tomaz, her son Eamon, and the Justice Society of America must try and find the crown of Sabak before the terrorist organization Intergang, led by Ishmael Grammer, can. But there is some conflict between the JSA and Black Adam, because JSA doesn't believe Adam deserves to be given the chance to be a hero. Now, before I start this review, I must let everyone know that I have not read any of the DC Black Adam comics. So, this review is not going to be based on how faithful it is to the original comic source. It's just going to be reviewed as its own separate entity. I personally found this movie to be just average at best. One problem I have with it is that it has way too much action in it. Now, I know that most superhero movies, all of them in fact, need some action sequences and blockbuster stuff to make it be superhero-y, but there also needs to be some pauses and breaks to give the audience a breather and give them a mental break. Otherwise, it just makes the movie very exhausting to watch and rather repetitive. But without any doubt, the biggest problem with Black Adam is Black Adam himself. Now, I'll talk more about him in the characters and acting sections of this review, but right now, I will say that his overall arc in this movie feels very rushed and quite unearned. Now, Black Adam's arc is to control his temper and anger issues and to be a more peaceful hero. However, instead of actually taking the time to develop more of Black Adam's softer side or exploring his temper problems, the movie just makes him a suddenly noble character in a flash of a minute because we have reached a certain point at the movie's running time. So there's barely any effort to flesh him out and make his arc pay off at the end. Now, yes, the action sequences are exciting and the movie is not too boring, but there just isn't enough meat to make it all come together by the end. I'm afraid I'm going to have to give the content of this movie just 2 points. Black Adam himself is such a boring main character. He is far too serious, and really lacks a lot of personality. Now, some may argue that Black Adam is supposed to act this way, but that doesn't mean that he can't have some sense of humor and charm. Heck, I think maybe his character in the original comics might have had a sense of humor. So I don't think this movie has any excuses. Adriana Tamaz is quite possibly the only likable character in this film. She's not as aggravating as the others, and she does seem to care about others and her son. Speaking of the son, I really didn't like him. He's very annoying. He talks way too much, even at the worst times too, when people are in danger. Now, it is possible to write a tolerable, geeky character, but unlike some good examples like Spider-Man or Velma Dinkley, Tomaz's son lacks a lot of the charm and charismatic energy of them. Or charm, you know. Not to mention, both Spider-Man and Velma were pretty wise and intelligent at the end of the day, while Tomaz's son is quite the idiot too at times, quite often. Not only is he very obnoxious to me, but he's also quite the doofus. Now, because the JSA is a group of characters rather than just one single character, there's way too much I can talk about, and I can't talk about all of them in this review. So I'll only be talking about the character Hawkman, since he has the most screen time and development in this film. Now, he has a rivalry with Black Adam because he has a distrust toward him for being a good guy. He doesn't believe he will be a good guy, ever. Now, I don't think this movie does that great of a job clearly defining the rivalry between Black Adam and Hawkman. I hate to admit it, but as much as I dislike Captain America Civil War from Marvel Studios, at least that movie did a pretty good job of clearly defining rivalry between Captain America and Iron Man. Lastly, we have the film's main antagonist, Sabak / Ishmael Gregor. Boy, is he boring or what? Not only does he not have any fun or charismatic personality to him to make him appealing, but there's nothing really that interesting or compelling about him. He's just a standard, power-hungry, typical terrorist bad guy. Oh, and not to mention a typical demonic character by the film's finale that wants to destroy the world. Now, some may come up and argue and say, Evan, not every bad guy in a movie needs to be like Darth Vader or the Joker in The Dark Knight. They just need to do their job well. Well, that would be kind of true, but at the same time, they do need to be at least memorable to work, right? I'm going to give just 2 points to the movie's characters. Now, I'm going to say something that could be taken as pretty controversial right now. I think DC movies have better visuals than the Marvel movies do. Okay, stop it, will ya? So annoying. Okay. Let me explain why. You see, most recent Marvel movies rarely manage to go far enough to make its visual special effects memorable or stand out. They just simply do their job, and that's it. But with DC movies like Black Adam, the filmmakers know how to create more depth and contrast in their visual effects. What also helps DC's visuals is the fact that they tend to have more creative cinematography than Marvel does. My only complaint with Black Adam's visuals is that some shots don't always blend that well into the live action. But besides that, I think the visuals deserves 4 points. Now, as much as I found the story and characters of Black Adam to be pretty flat, I can't deny that the actors portraying them are pretty talented in their role and are clearly doing their best with what they're given. Now, here's a controversial part of that, however. I don't think that Dwayne Johnson is that great as Black Adam. Stop it, not again! Wait. That's better. Now, as I was saying, Dwayne Johnson's performance as Black Adam is not a bad one at all, far from it. and his flat performance isn't really his fault at all. It's more of the character writing. It's just that as much as hard as Dwayne Johnson tries, and he's clearly very charismatic in the role, sadly, his performance cannot change how dull Black Adam is. Aside from that, everyone else is pretty good, aside from the son maybe, who tries a little too hard, and I give the acting 4 points. You know, DC movies and Marvel movies do have a lot of differences in terms of tone and story and characters, but there's one thing that they often have in common: their musical scores. For the most part, they're rather generic, typical, and hard to notice. And unfortunately, Black Adam is no different than that. The music gets 3 points. In conclusion, Black Adam is rather flawed for a DC movie. It has very flat character writing, unearned arcs, and an unnoticeable musical score. However, the actors do their job just fine. I really dug the visuals in this film, and I did like the character of Adriana Tomaz. If you're looking for yet another fast food movie for fun and just to be entertained, I guess this movie is fine. There's nothing really particularly awful about it. It's just average. But at the same time, I think we need more films like The Dark Knight from Christopher Nolan. And Black Adam isn't really like that. And you will be disappointed if that's what you're looking for. Black Adam has received a total of 15 points out of 25, earning it a C+. So, have you seen Black Adam? If not, do you want to or not, and why? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, what is your favorite movie in the DCEU? What I mean by DCEU is any of the DC movies from 2013, starting with Man of Steel, all the way up to this movie. And just because it's a DC movie doesn't mean it's a DCEU movie. Again, let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this review video, then feel free to like, subscribe, and or share. So, hold on. What happened? Why am I in a doctor's office right now?
You had passed out while finishing your Black Adam review. I found you lying on the floor, motionless but still breathing. So I took you to this doctor's office to get you a checkup real quick.
Well, thanks, Alpha, but who is that? Me? I'm Skeksis, Chamberlain, head doctor of this place. Skeksis? Alpha, I don't really trust this doctor right here.
Don't worry, Master Evan. He says he's only evil in the Dark Crystal movies, am I right?
Yes, just check this out. I'm a bad guy. I am good doctor. See? I am friend. Now why don't I take a look at you? Okay, but can we hurry this up? I got other stuff to do. I got stuff with reviews and... Oh, no. You must stay here for quite some time. Take some time to get your diagnosis. For exactly how long? Say, about 1 month. Okay, I can deal with that.
Master Evan, he said 1 month. And that is about 5 years in human years.
What? Okay, but can I still keep reviewing stuff? Why, yes, friend. We have brought all equipment to this office for you to film. Well, thanks. Well, guys, it looks like I'm going to be stuck here for a while in the office, doctor's office, but I'll still be reviewing stuff, And speaking of which, in the next episode, next month, I'll be talking about the new Disney movie, Strange World. I'm Evan J. Sims, signing out. Peace.